What's up, everybody? Monkey Puzzle here, and welcome to episode number 18, playing on the IronMine Olympus modded ARK server. ARK, obviously. And here we are. The last episode I put up was a very long stream I did. And speaking of streaming, there's going to be quite a bit more of it this week. My family is out of town for 1 week, and normally streaming is very hard for me. So this week, it's what I'm going to be able to do very easily. So today I'm doing a little episode, but the next 5-6 days, there might be a stream. There's a very good chance that there'll be a stream most every day. And don't worry, that's not going to become my only format. I'm just going to do it this week because I can. I normally can't, not without much effort and inconveniencing my family. So look forward to that. That's coming up. Today, I've got a bunch to catch you up on. If you watched the last stream, you saw me do some gardening. And so here in my floating steampunk mod fusion base with the castle keeps and forts and all kinds of other mods, the water blocks and stuff, I have now planted up this interior kind of marshy courtyard. So we've got it in this kind of swampy tropical vibe, and there are some creatures that have shown up. I could almost do this whole episode on gifts that have appeared between that stream and now. So I had left it with, well, Triggerpug had donated this coelacanth, a mutated coelacanth, wink wink. And then in the stream, I hatched these Electrophorus eggs that Ormondan had left me, which turned out to be quite large. They barely fit in here, but they're very cool looking, very good looking. And then I show up last time I logged in, and there is an Arthroplura here now, and then back over here, I'm sure you saw it. Let's see, let's get out of here. I just put a few temporary ramps, not here, but elsewhere, so I could get things in and out of here. But this frog showed up, which is very cool, a Bezel Bufo, and this snake. Never had a snake before, actually. So a Titanoboa. And I actually just learned for the first time that these only eat eggs. So I've got some eggs that I don't really care about in the Tavan's Trough. I got pretty scared actually the first time I came on and there's this hissing. I'm like, oh no. But I didn't hear the fight music and it's all good. So yeah, now we have a bunch of wildlife and a bunch of plants. So that is pretty cool. I'm very excited about that. And then also a couple chests showed up besides these random creatures. They're not that random. They actually fit. But over here, there was this box, and sitting on top of it was this featherlight. So very cool featherlight. It's like black with yellow speckles. So it's very cool. And in here, Ormondan, in his infinite giftiness, and it's not just me, he's leaving stuff for everybody all over the server. He left this box that said should come out black. So we've got 4 more fertilized featherlight eggs. So that's very cool. We've got some very nice looking featherlights. I was talking in the stream about black featherlights, and here they are. Also in here are some high-level saddles for Caprosuchuses, which I was doing some breeding of. And you can see over here, I've got these 2 pairs that should combine the 4 highest stats I have for Capros. So they each basically have 1 of the highest stats. So this will combine them 2 of the stats, and this will combine 2 of the stats, and then I will mate their progeny to get all 4 of the stats. And I have not hatched them all out yet, but I do have this thing full of the eggs from this first crossing. So I got some work I need to do with that. One small update is I was doing some stuff with the ARK Smart Breeding app in the stream and was having some problems putting some of the creatures into the library because when you have the nanny on, if they get imprinted at all by the nanny, it's very hard to put them into the ARK Smart Breeding app because she'll give them imprinting to degrees that wouldn't normally happen in ARK, and then the ARK Smart Breeding can't understand it. Well, Emma informed me of something, and I'm going to do this probably in one of the upcoming streams, but the latest version of the ARK Smart Breeding app apparently has a feature where you can import the new export Dino feature which is not like on cluster servers. Basically, if you go into here in options, you get this thing called Export Dino. And if I click on that, it basically creates a text file in my ARK save folder. So you can go to wherever your ARK save folder is. By default, it's usually in your programs file. For most people, that's C. Mine's actually F because that's the SSD I use for gaming. So it would be in programs, program files, x86, Steam, Steam apps, common, ARK, shooter game, saved. And in the saved folder, there will be a new folder called Dino Exports. And apparently there's a button on the front of the ARK Smart Breeding app that can then import that text file. So that's pretty cool. So I'm definitely going to be using that with this breeding. And thank you, Or, for all that cool stuff. The creatures, swamp creatures, and the featherlights, and the saddles, and all that neat stuff. So very excited about that. And then speaking of breeding, we were also breeding some Thylas. This is the product of Bum Ruler's, his breeding program that is combining all the best stats of all the Thylas on the server. It's still always going to be a work in progress, but this one is pretty cool. Right now, I'm at level 533, and I've got 15,000 health and 3240 stamina, 1400 oxygen, who cares, and food. Weight, 1600, melee is up to 858, and movement's at 203, so really good already, and I've barely used this guy, so there's lots of leveling up to do. If we use the cell vision binoculars on him, you can see the levels come in. Look at that. We got 73 wild levels put into health, 81 put into melee, 71 into stamina, 73 into speed, 60 into oxygen, 63 into food, and 69 into weight. So that is a beast of a Thyla, and it's been really cool to have these great Thylas so far. Well, that some of the stats came from my first Thyla, which is Savannah. I think the original melee came from her, but since then he got the 81 melee, which is just amazing. And so now he gifted me this female flower, and then by breeding flower and this one, Max, actually, which was the first wave generation of his breeding, I was able to get the 81 melee to transfer to a male. And so now if I breed Maximilian, which is one step higher than Max, and Flower, which was named on the stream, I should be able to duplicate those stats over and over again. So that's very cool. And I'm very excited about that. Looks like we got some fighting going on down here. Bronto's killing something. Go Brontos, get him. And over here, this was given to me by Draftgoal right here. And Draftgoal donated this one that was a 290. The stats aren't quite as high as the other ones, but look at this. It's got the archaeology event colors. So that's really neat. Got the grays and the whites going on. So pretty excited about that as well. So thank you, Draftgoal, for that. That is fantastic. And what else do I have to bring you up to date on? Oh, yeah. And finally, with the Thylas, Toves, who has been doing some great building on the server, you should definitely check out his channel in the link below. Some really master building. He has loaned me a, what is this? Ascendant Thylacoleo saddle. So that's fantastic. In fact, let's go ahead and use that right now. I think I determined that I have enough stuff with me to make 4 of these, and a really good saddle makes a huge difference on this guy. So let's see, can we pull for 4 saddles? We can. So that's awesome. So we're going to make those up. And now instead of taking like 40 damage or 37 damage, which it seems to be taking most of the time, somewhere around there, depending on the creature, of course, who's biting it, it will take like single digit damage, which is fantastic. It's almost too good. Sometimes I think that having these great saddles is a little too much because you're almost invincible. But let's go ahead and be invincible. Right now he's just got the straight up regular default saddle on. So now Maximilian has one of those, and we will have 3 more to distribute among all our Thylas. So those are cool no matter which one I grab. I've been using one Ascendant saddle that of course, gave to me, and but I've just been switching it on whoever is my main mount. So now I'll have multiples of that. So yeah, I'm going to be doing some Thyla breeding coming up too, so that's cool. And then if other folks left stuff for me that I haven't mentioned, please forgive me. It will come up in the course of the next streams. So much giftiness. I'm almost like, okay, guys, that's enough stuff. But I really do appreciate the stuff. I spend a lot of time administrating the server and doing stuff and editing these videos and all that. So folks like to help me out. We already talked about the Carquinos down there that Bison donated. And then also I found an Ascendant saddle on my woolly rhino that we got a couple episodes ago that was donated by Waddleboyd. So thank you all for everything. Oh yeah, we've got a steam organ up in one of these rooms. That Trigger Pug left here. We were messing around in a drum set. I am not going to go up there and look at it because I'll be tempted to play it and it might make your ears bleed. I still have to do some practicing on it. But let me see. Updates are that, on this server, we can't fly until level 95. And so having the Thylas has been great because they're one of my favorite mounts to have on the ground when you can't fly, because at least no vertical surface will stop you. But if we look into my inventory here, check this out. I am level 94 and I am that far away from getting to the next level. So it will not be long before I can fly. So with that in mind, let's keep making things in the grinder here. This has been one of the main ways I've leveled up. Well, there's been several of them, but it has not been by killing creatures. I have not been killing baby Rexes and Gigas in order to level up. Mainly I've been feeding my gunpowder addiction for the steampunk drills, and that's been keeping me going. And grinding out this kind of stuff is a great way to do it. So spark powder and gunpowder and cementing paste. We're going to get some Achatina soon, but I haven't been able to do that because I haven't had crops yet. So speaking of crops, actually that's the thing I actually want to work on this episode and make some progress, even though I've talked for about 15 minutes now. These were plant pots from Steampunk that can have ferns and vincas. They've run out of fertilizer, or at least these ones have the ferns, and these do healing when you get damaged, which has been pretty handy. See that egg right there? That's the Oviraptor effect, and that comes from the vinca. And this one does healing. And it's pretty handy to have around, but it can be kind of annoying when you're breeding because it tries to use up all its fertilizer healing up your babies, which is not really necessary. They will heal up on their own, but when you take too big of a jump or you're starving or something like that, it will keep you topped up in your health. I just actually logged on and I haven't even grabbed any food. Let's grab some food real quick, and then for crops, I wanted to try something different. Instead of your usual crop plots, which I've done many times, I wanted to go ahead and try the Steampunk Hydro thing. So let's just get some lamb chops here. If you haven't seen, I've been slowly inhabiting the new additions, the upper layers of this base here. So this is the start of the kitchen. We've got the cooker and the sink and refrigerators. And back here is a generator hiding that is providing power for the rest of the base. And then here we've got the immersive taming bait stations. And then if we come through over here, I've got the Steampunk Industrial Copper Grinder, which I'm using to make flint from all the copious stone that comes from the Steampunk drills. In fact, let's get that going. You do get a modicum of experience from these too. So actually I need some gas. Why don't I have any gas? Let's get some gasoline right there. Let's pull about 25 of it from somewhere. Oh, it only takes 1 to really get this going. We'll put 2 in case we keep going with it. And get the flint going. And then I got a bunch of storage here for all the stone and flint and stuff. These are the copper storage lockers. Triggerpug turned me on to these during the last stream, and these have 500 slots. So that's great. The only thing that compares to that is this thing, which is much smaller, but actually a lot uglier. The S Plus crafting station, which has 300 slots. And apparently there's a thing we can put on the back of this, the recycler, that will give you materials back for items. We'll be getting into that soon. Eventually I want to try all of the steampunk stuff. So over here is my bedroom. This is not actually one of the from the eggs that Ur gave me. This is another one, Mr. Tweety, that was left to me by somebody. Actually, not sure who left this. I forget now. Sorry. But yeah, this is my little inventory dump and my copper bed. And I've been putting all my shoulder pets up here. And then here is the music room, a little jam room. It's a little framey here with all this stuff going on, but I'm hanging in there. I'm mostly around 30 frames per second with my top end gear. It dips a little bit, goes up and down depending on which direction I'm looking. I do get a little bit of freeze frame here and there. It's much harder on people with lower hardware who come to visit me. So not a good base for having company. And let's just go up one of these towers real quick in case you haven't seen it yet. And this is what the top of the base looks like right here. It's pretty dark right now because it's raining. And I'm using this dark matter texture for the Castle Keeps Fortress part of the base. A little bit of a ceiling popping through there, but no big deal. So anyway, let's go get something done so I'm not just talking this whole episode. But let's go over here and see what it takes. Let me see, we need to go over here and see what it takes to make the steampunk hydro thing. So this is the planting station that comes with steampunk, and this is how you turn these drops that you pick up from breaking bushes, regular old vanilla bushes. And sometimes you'll get these fern plants and those vinca plants, so I talked about that. And you can turn them into seeds in here, and you can make those pots that you saw that I was planting them in. And then yeah, you make the seeds, and then you can also make the fertilizer in here, which is, so this is the steam fertilizer. I actually haven't made this stuff yet, but with a rich soil, if you take this and you combine it with the regular fertilizer, which I should show you, actually instead of taking it this way, I should show you with these guys. We also went and got some beetles during that long stream. So I've got them set up with the item collector, and now we are making fertilizer. Let's give this one some more weight so it has room for some more poop in addition to this fertilizer. And then let's take a bunch of this out. Let's just take all this out and grab this. And I don't know if we need to make the steam fertilizer or not. I guess we're going to find that out real quick. And this one is full of it as well. So let's give it some more weight. But let's put this fert in here. Can't hurt, right? We still have more fert if we got this wrong. And then it starts auto-crafting the rich soil, which is the fertilizer, at least for the vincas and the ferns, as long as it has fiber to go with it. So this is fertilizer and fiber. It doesn't really tell you correctly in that tooltip there, but that's what does it. So yeah, that is the planting station. And then here, let's see, what's it called? Is it the hydro? No, that's the fancy water jug here that basically almost never runs out. I found out that it did run out at one point, so it's not infinite, but it has lots of drinks, uncountable drinks in there. So let's see, where would it be? Is it miscellaneous? That's the steam cryo chamber. Oh, we got to check that out at some point. Apparently that like is super cheaty. It gives you your items back after you die. So we'll see about that. I'm not going to make that yet. Structures. No. Let me see if this takes me too long. Actually, there was more stuff in there, wasn't there? Structures, beds, crops. Here we go. The crops. We want this, the hydro crop plot. So let's go ahead and pull for one of those and make that up and see what that does. You know, why just go ahead and do the normal crops when we can try to do something different? So that's this thing right here. I don't know what it needs, if we're going to need to run irrigation to it or what. Let's put it somewhere for now. How about let's just throw it down right here. I won't commit myself to keeping it here, but let's just go ahead and not spend too much time on it. Let's just throw it down. Okay, we got to pull that out a little bit so we can get to it. Let's pick it up. And I guess I'll try a little bit harder this time. Put it down better. Ooh, oh, it's long. Okay, so we can't fit it there. Let's find another home for it. Let's put it here for now. Let's get it in there and let's go this way until it starts to clip. And then pull it out. All right, let's check that out. So it does need to be irrigated. And place fertilizer and fiber to make rich dirt. Place seed. If watered, a plant will grow over time. Okay, so let's go ahead and see if we can irrigate it. Let me just get some... Let's see if some S+ pipes work for it. Actually, I don't even need to go over there to make that. I should just be able to make those straight in my inventory. So let's go ahead, some pipes, and we'll make, let me see, some of these straight ones. I shouldn't need that many, but let's just make 10 of those. Is this the, oh no, that's the regular one. We want the S+ one. Stop. There we go. We want that one, S+, and then we're going to need this. We should be able to just pull actually from the water. In fact, we should be able to just place a water block down underneath us. So let's pull for one of these, make it, and then, yeah, let's stop this actually. That might be all we need. So let's see if they'll snap to this. Grab one of those. It's snapping that way. That's cool. Yeah, it looks like we may need to just flip it around. So, yeah, let me do that. Or it might work with a bucket. Let me see. Let's do the Ecos bucket. That would be over in here. I was thinking about putting one of the water blocks under the floor, but it doesn't matter because either one is not really intended in vanilla. So let's just go ahead and make a bucket. Let's see, that would be in structures right here. Let's pull for that. Go ahead and make that. And see if that gives us the water we need to irrigate that thing. And if so, we'll see if how many of these we'll need in the long run. So let's go grab that. And it's wanting to snap to this thing too, like right there, which is strange. Oh, and that did it. We could just snap the... Oh, you know what it did is the bucket snapped to the other end of the pipe. So it's hiding in there. So yeah, I'll roll with that. We just got that one little pipe sticking out there and we can hide it if we want. So now we just need some seeds. We've got the fertilizer. Apparently we can make it in here too. So let's see. Let's grab some of this and let's just test that part of it. And then I gotta just go hit something with one of my herbivores and get some seeds. I know I must have some seeds somewhere. Some regular crop plot seeds. I don't know how many different crops this one can do, but let's put some fert in there. And then let's grab some fiber. Oh, it's rocker root. Where do I got that? Interesting. None. Okay. Well, let's put 1,000 fiber in here. I just used up most of my fiber on those saddles, but I still got some. And place fertilizer and fiber to make rich dirt. Oh, see, there it is. It's making it. It's not showing the crafting this time, but it's still doing it. All right, so now all we need are some seeds. So I'm going to go ahead and grab those. Should be easy enough. Let's grab one of these guys. Are there any? I just hit somebody, sorry. Who am I hitting? Oh, poor Doty. Sorry. Okay, so we got seeds right there. So let's just grab all those and head on back up. Take a running leap and go back up. So this will be easy enough. Splash. I can go ahead and move my little crafting station, my crafting raft there. And it looks like my drills need to get started up again, but do that again some other time. I've already shown you that plenty of times. Oh, and I still do have an active fern here somewhere. Ah, right here. You can see that green effect. That is it healing me. Okay, so let's go ahead, put these seeds in here. Now, I don't know how many seeds we need. What would happen if we put them all? What's going to grow? I have no idea. Which will work? I'm curious to see what it will prioritize. Of course, I don't really need the regular berries in here. I mainly just need the crops, which I probably should just reduce it to. I'm just getting greedy at first to see if it will give them all to me. Oh, look at that. We already got some crops. We've got some citronal. We've got some long grass. We've got some majo berries. We've got some rocker root. And I don't see any savaroot yet. Did I even... I may not have put savaroot seed in here. I think that's the thing. Yeah, I didn't. Wow. So, okay. So it's not showing the crops growing. So there's no thing for it. No modeling. Oh, wait. There is. Look at that. They're all growing in there. Okay. And you start getting them before they're even mature. So that is amazing. Look at that. We've got a bunch of crops already. This may be indeed all we need for crops. And if we had 2 of these, we'd be super rocking. Okay. Well, there it is. So we did something new today. We've got the Steampunk hydro planter. And we talked about the planting station. So I'm going to leave it at that, folks. I think I've already been blabbing 30 minutes. We got it all in one take. I'm going to get this edited and get it up for tomorrow. And then starting tomorrow, I'm going to be doing some streaming. I'm going to be doing this. And I think I want to try playing some other games too. I have a few more simple but cool games that I want to try out. And I will either stream them or maybe I'll do them episodically. I'm not sure yet. But there's a few that I want to check out with you and see what you think. This has been Monkey Puzzle. Thank you for watching until the end of this episode, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.